Gaurav, good morning and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's that time of the year where the most awaited race of the country will be run on the 4th of February, Sunday, which is the HPSL Indian Derby Grade 1. Gaurav, 13 runners, what do you have to say? Are you excited about the Derby?
It's shaping up to be a very good race. If you're a racing fan in India, you must be excited about the Indian Derby, and so am I. Yeah.
Alright, then let's straight away dive into the race card. Gaurav, we'll run through a couple of the exciting and the probable horses that are running in this one. Let's talk about the four important calls. We've got three Gaurav, that's Christoffel, Enabler and Exuma, and one local bred, that is Synthesis. Let's start off with Christoffel. Gaurav, your take on Christoffel.
I think he's had a very good prep. He started off his career well here in Bombay, made a smashing debut, then won the Manjri Mile very well. Had a setback, I believe, just before the Bangalore Derby, so he didn't run that race. Has come back. I ended up having a glance at him in the morning trials. Looks very well. Run in the Guineas was nice. Ruya was very nice run for him. I think he just got collared by a neck by Enabler. So I think in terms of prep, very good. I'm a big fan of his sire, Le Havre. He won the French Derby. He's produced a couple of Group 1 winners abroad. He's produced 2 French Oaks winners. So from the sire side, he's shown that he can produce horses that do mile and a half well. Dame Enzina is a new approach mare. It's the family of another French Guineas winner in Linamix, who was a very good stallion and was a decent stamina influence. So looks like a very good contender to me at this point in time.
Well, then let's move on to the next one, which is Enabler. Enabler has won the Pune Derby, came out here, won the Ruya. So I think he has a strong pedigree, and also he's proven time and again that distance isn't a problem for Enabler.
A very serious contender. I think he'll love the mile and a half. Again, the preps have been spot on. You can't complain at all. Yes, his sire, Ruler of the World, won the Epsom Derby, so no complaints whatsoever on that front. It's a sleeping Indian mare, Rosinia. There's a very smart mare in that family deep down, a very good American mare who won 10 races and 5 Group 1s. Go for Wand.
Okay.
And I think he'll love the mile and a half.
Well, then let's quickly move on to the next God abroad, that's Exuma. What do you have to say about Exuma?
He's been thrown in the deep end. He's won a mile and a half,
yeah,
but I think he's been thrown in a deep end at this juncture. In terms of pedigree, it's a stay written all over him, and that's how he's been running as well. His sire, Australia, won the Epsom Derby, won the Irish Derby. He's a very decent stallion. He's a good value stallion in Europe. The dam is by Dancely, who's a very good broodmare sire. Bahama-based dam, Borgia, won the German Derby.
Alright.
And her dam, Britannia, won the German Saint Leger. So, stamina written all over him.
Absolutely. Moving on to Synthesis. Synthesis, having won the Derby in Hyderabad, came down to Bombay, won the 2000 Guineas impressively, where Enabler, we discussed, was coming at him, but he managed to win. But in the Ruya, I think there was something with the pace that didn't suit him very well, but then I'm sure he's come out strong. What do you have to say about Synthesis?
Yes, you're right. Very impressive in the Hyderabad Derby. Very impressive in the Guineas. Looked very well. I don't know about the pace side of it in the Ruya, because he just didn't run what he had shown in the Guineas. Now Stable Connections would be able to throw more light on it, whether it was just a misstep in the race, or whether he was jarred, or he picked up a stone, whatever. Because and why I'm saying these things, because very soon after the Ruya, he was back on track, and he's been moving beautifully. He's looking solid. So I don't know what went wrong in Ruya for him. but for me, he's another very serious contender because he's been looking exceptional in the morning trials. And again, pedigree. Speaking of which, won the Indian Derby last year with Mira. Sana is one of the best families of Usha stud. She won the Calcutta Oaks. It's the family of a Stayers Cup winner in Yana. Matthias won the St. Leger from the family. Starsky won the Indian Derby from the family. So another very strong contender.
Alright, then let's move on to the 4 fillies that look strong on the card. Let's start off with Amira, Rodrigo Corner out of My Lakshmi.
Yes, so Rodrigo Corner has produced an Indian Classic winner in A Star Is Born, who won the 2000 Guineas. My Lakshmi comes from the family of a very smart mare, Sweeping Success, who won the Invitation, who won the Deccan Derby. So not short on stamina, but she's competing with Jendai, who was 11 lengths ahead in the Oaks. So I think she has a lot more to deliver in this race.
Alright, let's move on to Jamari. Now Jamari has won both the derbies in Bangalore. And I think that the 5-star shipping connection has that thing of winning the Bangalore Derby, coming to Bombay and winning the Indian
They did that
Derby.
with Zuccarelli.
Absolutely, I was coming to that. So do you think that Jamari is again there to create history for them again?
Well, you hope so. You want champions to do well, and she's actually been an absolute superstar. She's been on a boil since the last Mumbai season. Made a smashing debut here. I think that was on the Derby day.
Yes, that was the Usha Stud Million.
Some 7-10 lengths.
She won by
she destroyed the
6-7
opposition
lengths.
there. She won the Manjri Mile win. She won the Fillies. She won the Bangalore Derby. Pune, she had an interrupted prep in which she ran second to Enabler in the Pune Derby. She's gone back to Bangalore. Oaks, Derby, Guineas again.
She seems to be a different horse in Bangalore.
So, and again, I did see her yesterday on the track, and she's travelled well. She's taken the race very well. Her sire, Cougar Mountain, has been a revelation. He's a very young stallion. Has had very limited opportunities. He's got very small crops, and he's amongst the best young stallions we have in the country today. In a very small crop, first crop he produced Diff, a Group 1 winner. Second crop he's got Jamari. So Diff goes 1.5 miles. So from Jamari herself has gone 1.5 miles. So not to worry on that front. Another smart influence in a pedigree is Western Aristocrat. Glen Bond is a Western Aristocrat mare. She was a smart filly herself. Her dam Portia was a Group 1 filly. She placed in the Fillies Championship. Further down the family, there are stayers. Tiger Cliff in UK was a very smart stayer. And there's a filly called Veronice who won the Hyderabad Oaks. So you can't discount her. She's a very, very serious contender.
Okay, so I kept the last two for the best because these two are close to you, which is Jendai and Madam Rich, because you purchased their mares when in UK, I suppose. So talk to us about Jendai first and then Madam Rich.
So not only those two, I had purchased Cougar Mountain for my clients. I had purchased the dam of Exuma for my clients. So, well, keep that aside. It's a big team that does that work. That's not, we do a bit of a gig on social media, but a lot more goes, and there's a massive team involved in all the decisions right across.
Absolutely.
It's a very deep subject. It's a deep field. No one person can take credit for anything. I think that's foolish if anybody does that. It's a massive team effort. Jendai, she's not put a foot wrong.
Absolutely.
It's not easy to win the Indian Guineas on your third start. So, unbeaten in a 4 starts.
Yeah.
I think the Oaks verdict was 10 lengths, 11 lengths.
11 lengths.
Naysayers might say that she's not really met a serious competition, but she's beaten whoever she came across, and did it the way she wanted it. Absolutely special, and she showed that from a debut, So she had that spark. Glen Eagles, the sire, he's produced 2 Group 1 winners. He's a son of Galileo. He was a precocious horse. He was a champion 2-year-old in England. He was a champion miler as a 3-year-old. He won the English Guineas, Irish Guineas, and St James's Palace Stake. And he himself comes from a very nice family of Giants Causeway, a very successful stallion. So that's going very well for her. Again, she's done mile and a half well, so we don't have to worry on that front. Her dam Monasada is a Naif mare, comes from the family of very smart horses in Mukadma and French Charmer. So yeah, unbeaten going into the Derby.
Very few have that on their report card.
Very few, yes, yes.
All right, then the last filly that we would want to talk about is Madam Rich. Madam Rich, I think, had a superb run in the Derby in Bangalore. Was way behind when they turned for home, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, you see her flying home. And then, if you see that picture that we posted, Trevor had her eyes on Sucklane all the way till the end. So, if it would have been a little more in terms of the way she was positioned, I think that she would have tipped Jamari, but the best horse won.
So I don't know if Trevor had his eyes on Sucklane, but he definitely figured out that there is something moving fast.
Absolutely.
You are right. She was dead last, literally turning for home. She went wide, hung quite badly, would have gone very close. Jamari made her moves. We don't know whether she would have gone further, kicked on. So all that is for speculation, but yes, she would have gone very, very close. Yes, you can say she could have possibly won the race. She just went past us this morning. Again, she's travelled beautifully, done well. Phoenix Tower has won this race with Rochester.
Yeah.
People, again, there is an impression that he doesn't really produce his mile and a half horses, but he has produced something in Rochester. The female family is loaded with stamina. Arthur's Girl, the dam, is a Hernando mare, which is a lot of stamina influence. She was a very good race mare. She herself was second in the Ribblesdale Stakes at Royal Ascot. There's been a very good Canadian Group 1 winner in the family in recent years in Miss Keller. So yeah, she again, mile and a half we've seen is not a problem for her. She'll relish it.
Alright, so that ends our conclusion of the run through of the important runners of the HPSL Indian Derby Grade 1 to be run on Sunday. But Gaurav, I know you hate this question, and I'm still going to ask you this.
I won't answer. No,
I'm still going to ask you this. It's pure and pure just for fun. That I know it's a very difficult race to pick with so many good horses in it.
I won't be able to pick.
But what would it be like 1, 2, 3 for you?
I will.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
No, I will not be able to pick. It's so many things involved in running of a race, and I can't pick a winner to save my life.
Well, there you see. Gaurav cannot pick a winner out of the 13 runners that are there, so you know how tough this race is going to be. So guys, do not miss the HPSL Indian Derby, which is to be run on the 4th of February, Sunday, here at Mahalakshmi Racecourse. We hope to see you there and hope to catch you soon. Thank you so much, Gaurav, for chatting with us, and we'll see you past the post, guys. Don't miss to like, subscribe and share the Race Mirror, and we'll keep getting you racing content from across India. Thank you.